Okay, good morning students, and then let's start with our today's class. We have done so far, or we have been doing the plant tissue, and then we discuss about the meristematic tissue. Basically, I told you about the plant tissue that it's categorized in two groups. One is meristematic tissue, the other one is the permanent tissue. We have almost done everything of the meristematic tissue. Today we will be discussing about the permanent tissue, and then I told you this is what we can see. The permanent tissue, look at here. In the permanent tissue we have again it's a group into two categories here. One is simple permanent tissue, the other one is complex permanent tissue. The most important things about the permanent tissue is they have lost the ability to divide. So these permanent tissues are actually transformed from the meristematic tissues. When the meristematic tissue stops to divide, then they change into the permanent tissue. So here we have the permanent tissues, simple and complex. And then simple permanent tissue is again three different types: Parenchyma, Collenchyma and Sclerenchyma. On the other side here, the complex permanent tissue is again two types, the phloem and xylem. They are also called the connective tissue or vascular bundle. So here in this class we'll be talking about these different kinds of permanent tissue. But before we discuss about the parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, phloem, xylem, I want you people to know what's the actual difference between the simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Why the xylem and phloems are actually called the complex permanent tissue, whereas the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma are called the simple permanent tissue. What is the difference between them? What makes them different? So let's see. I have in the next video, look at here. In this video you see these are the simple permanent tissue, and then these are the complex permanent tissue. Now you can make out a numbers of different from these two diagrams here. In case of the simple permanent tissue, we can see almost all the cells. These are the different cells. Almost all the cells they are similar in structures. Whereas look at here in the complex permanent tissue, you see different types of cells here. These different types of cells combined together forms the complex. So that's the difference. Main differences are here. You find the first differences I have written here. In case of the simple permanent tissue, we find the homogeneous. What does the homogeneous means? All the cells are similar and a single type of cells are here. On the other side here we have a different heterogeneous, means different types of cells. Of course it's a tissue, but the tissue has got a different types of cells. So that's why it is called the complex permanent tissue. The first differences we come to know about the homogeneous, and then the other one is the heterogeneous. Now distribution, we find the simple permanent tissues are mostly found in almost all the parts of the plant. Okay, that's why I've written here the white. On the other side, the complex permanent tissues are restricted, means they are mostly present only in the conductive part of the plant. That is especially, the part of the plant which is responsible for the conductions of the minerals, waters, and then food. So restricted, only found in certain parts of the plant, not all different parts of the plant. So that's the two differences here. The third difference is they have got so many functions in the plant. Okay, some of them they store the food, some of them take part in the process of photosynthesis, some of them give a mechanical support to the plant. On the other side, if you see the complex permanent tissue, they have got especially one important function, that is to conduct something within the plant's body from one part of plants to the other parts. These are the complex permanent tissue which they conduct. Okay, they conduct the different materials or substances. That's what they are, the complex conductive tissue we call them. Now look at here, the fourth differences here. They're all made of a similar type of cells, a single type of cells. You find a different types of cells here, and then occurs all parts of the plant, as I already mentioned about that important point here, and the vascular regions of the plant. So these are the these are the point that makes them simple and complex. Okay, now let's move on to the next here. So simple, when we talk about the simple permanent tissue, we know that there are three different types of simple permanent tissue here: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Now though I have, these are the longitudinal sections of these three different types of tissues, and these are the transverse section or the cross sections of the simple permanent tissue. I have shown a very clear diagrams here. Now look at here. This is parenchyma. This is transverse sections or the cross sections. These are longitudinal sections. So here is the collenchyma. Collenchymas are, you can see, these are the longitudinal section, and this one is the transverse section, and this one is the sclerenchyma. This is longitudinal sections and then transverse section. Now you can find out a numbers of differences among these cells, okay, among these different types of tissues. You can see here. So let's find out one by one here. Parenchyma, collenchyma, okay, collenchyma here, and then sclerenchyma. Parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Now the first difference is these parenchymatous cells they are mostly the living cells, okay, they are mostly living cells present almost all the parts of the plant. Parenchyma and collenchyma, they are the most living cells, okay, these are the most living cells, whereas the sclerenchyma is dead cells. They do not have the living protoplasm, okay. So these are mostly for the in order to give a rigidity to the plant. Okay, so now I have compared the, see, you can see these are oval. Okay, I have written the points here, so I have given the definition. They are all living cells here. Collenchymas are also the living cells, okay, as supporting, and these are completely dead cells. I have mentioned here they are dead cells. They are all originated from the procambium here. This is developed from, especially from the areas of the primary growth, and we know that what is primary growth, and apical meristematic tissue which brings the primary growth. So apical meristematic tissue, so slowly, okay, they stops to divide, they lose the ability to divide, and finally changes into collenchyma. But don't forget that almost all these three different types of parenchyma, collenchymas, all they are developed from the meristematic tissues only. Parenchymatous, as I told you, they are all in, they have got very important points to remember. They are thin wall, unspecialized, and then they have got various functions. Okay, so these are things you can see here. So they are all unspecialized. They have got various functions, and then very thin cell wall. If you see the thin cell wall, now if you compare the cell walls of the parenchyma and then collenchyma and sclerenchyma, look at here, a thick cell wall. Look at here, a thick cell wall. You can see the thick cell wall in case of collenchyma. In case of sclerenchyma also they have thick cell wall, but when you see the parenchyma cells here, they have got very thin cell wall. Now let's go back here, and then location, they are mostly present in almost all the soft part of the plant. Okay, now generally we know that the part of the plant which are actively dividing are the soft part, and then here collenchyma, these are found especially part of the plants, like the leaves, stems, and the petioles. All these parts of the plant we find the collenchyma, and sclerenchymas are mature part of the plant or the trees. Mostly the mature part of the plant we find the sclerenchyma, and they are much stronger, okay, compared to the collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Why? Because they are mostly made of the dead cells. So these are the few differences. Okay, now let's move on to the structures. As I told you, the parenchymas are oval, circular, polygonal structures. If you just go back and see the diagram here, see they are oval. They are oval, polygonal structures. Okay, and then if you come here and see the collenchyma, they are elongated cells. They are mostly elongated cells. These are mostly elongated cells. Okay, and then here the sclerenchymas, they are elongated and fibrous cells. They have a tapering sheath. Both the ends of the cells are pointed. So you can see those differences here. And the last important points that need to be remembered is the functions of parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. And look at here, parenchymatous cells, they store food. They help in the exchange of gases. like in the process of photosynthesis. And then these parenchyma cells, some of these parenchyma cells, they contain the chloroplast, okay, and they are called the Collenchyma. So keep that in your mind. If you go back here, suppose now I haven't shown the cell organelles here in the cells, but if you just see in each cells, if you find the chloroplast here in the parenchyma cell, then those parenchyma cells which contains the chloroplast, they are called the Collenchyma. Now chlorine comes from chloroplast. So parenchyma cells which are present, which has the chloroplast, are called the Collenchyma. Just keep that in your mind. So look at here. So this is what Collenchyma come to your mechanical support and elasticity to the plant. It gives mechanical, so two important functions. And then Sclerenchymas, they are also responsible for providing a mechanical support and helps in the transport and then different nutrients in the plant. So these are the three different types of, the types of permanent tissue cellulose we have done. This is what we have today done. Okay, so in our next classes we again will discuss about the complex permanent tissue in details, phloem and xylem. Okay, thank you so much.